I think I just hit the start show button, but then I also hit a button that means I can't see anything on the monitor. So bear with me for a second. There we go. Hopefully I'm live. Let me know if I'm live. It's good to see folks, to hear folks. The mic is pointed the correct direction this week, so hopefully the audio will be a little higher than it was last week, which I never quite solved that problem last week. Anyway, it's lovely to see you all. We're hanging out today. We are not talking about finance, and we are not talking about current events, and that is because the world is real bad and very depressing right now, and I can't handle talking about it outside of work, where it is a big part of my job right now. So we will return to regularly scheduled financial content for budgetober next week. I'll work some kind of economics angle in here, but you know, it's been 5 weeks since we've done one of these, so we're gonna do a plan with me again. Just because I want something chill and cozy to put on in the background. And I hope you do too. Things are bad. Things are very bad in the world right now. And, you know, I think some of us just need a nice chill thing. David says big hat. Yes, I'm wearing my witch hat. I'm like in a full, like, spooky Halloween themed thing. If you can see what's going on here, there's like little ghosty macaroons and candy corns and like a pumpkin sandwich cream. Anyway, this is both Halloween and pastry themed, so in keeping with things, you know, here we go. We're just gonna hang out. I'm gonna like put some washi tape on a page, and we're gonna try to get through it. Meteor X says hello. Fuzzbubble says great look, thank you. Eric says I can see and hear you, and the audio level is more than adequate. I feel like the opening music should be accompanied by a montage of Anomaly walking around in Portland in some sort of title sequence. Oh my god, I would love to do like a 90s style title sequence. David, you've given me ideas. That actually sounds like kind of like a fun creative project. Thank you for this idea. That actually sounds pretty fun. Full Halloween regalia. Is it full Halloween regalia or just partial Halloween regalia? Plan with me, here we come. Fuzzbubbles says, thank you. I too can use a break from the news. I mean, it's hard. Even Ken Burns on PBS is bumming me out. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I feel like you should have things to retreat to. I don't know if I'm the thing that folks can retreat to, but I'm here at my usual time. We're gonna go for it. There are donuts. There's 2 donuts today. As previously mentioned, in October and November and December, they do like double or half the time for all the seasonal flavors. I will not be going through all the seasonal flavors at the donut shop, but the ones that I'm interested in, one of these today is chocolate, so might not be my thing. But this is a peanut butter cup one, so it has the chocolate cake donut on the bottom, and I have found that the chocolate cake donut is kind of in the category of things I can handle. And then I'm assuming it's like a peanut butter topping because it's called cup. Let's see if I can find. It is chocolate cake donut, peanut butter glaze, and then peanut butter cup, homemade peanut butter cup chunks on the top. And then this one, I have really high expectations for this because I love the old-fashioned style donuts. This one is a pumpkin dulce de leche old-fashioned. So it's a classic pumpkin old-fashioned donut with a dulce de leche glaze. If I don't like that one, I will be very surprised. I probably won't finish the peanut butter cup one. So these are the 2 donuts we have. I thought we would do like a little bit of like plan with me, just chatty background plan with me. Just put me on the background while you do something, hopefully not doom scroll, while you do something that isn't doom scrolling. And then we'll take like a donut break, and then maybe we'll like do a little more and then come back for another donut break. What we are going to plan in today is, I guess I already have this up so we can just like roll into it. This is actually a washi tape. It's really interesting. I've never gotten one of these before, but it's a washi tape from, Papery. I believe that's the name of the company. And it's like this translucent stickers, but in kind of like a roll. I will say they're pretty hard to peel off without like accidentally breaking it. I think it's more like a pet style than actually washi tape, even though it's called washi tape, because it's not made of paper. It's made of like the clear kind of things. But they're very cute, and I kind of needed something uplifting. However, I don't really use the style of planner that these are like set up for, so I just sort of put them randomly around the page, but I'm okay with it. Look at the cuteness of the tape. Well, I mean, we can have a lot of these. These donuts sound incredible. One of these or even both are going to be good. I love it. If the title sequence has credits like an old sitcom, I expect a based on an original idea credit. We'll put you like on the screen, David, like as just like randomly as like an executive producer. You know how like the old title sequences would just have like the same name splashed on them. I like it. 90s style means like the opening of the TV show Friends. I think I've watched very little Friends. I've watched it mostly on planes or like occasionally when trapped in a hotel room. I didn't have TV in our house for like some chunk of the 90s. So I also don't find Friends very funny or interesting. Anyway, the 90s style, I was thinking like Buffy the Vampire Slayer would be good, which I think I guess is in a kind of similar style to Friends. I can hear the Friends in my head. I went 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s style sequences. Okay, well let's do like one. Oh my god. I just realized what would be a really incredible title sequence to do. Like the Sabrina the Teenage Witch one. Which I only barely remember. I know she looks in the mirror and changes outfits a bunch of times, and that sounds very fun, although very exhausting to shoot. That's because Friends isn't funny. Friends is like TV wallpaper. Correct. It's just sort of there and you watch it, you look at it because you don't have anything else. I like the windows going off the edge of the page, nicely placed. Thanks. I don't know if that's I like that you think I have more aesthetics going on than I really do. Okay, let's do some planning with me. So I did this. This was the one that I set up on the stream last time. The update to this is that all of the things that I track using stickers, because, you know, might as well do some data tracking with stickers, is I've been using Halloween themed ones. So I have like a little ghosty that's skating and little ghosty that's skating there. Come on. I thought you were on autofocus. Oh, maybe you're not on autofocus so that you wouldn't autofocus on my hand. I think that's what's going on. And then I have like these little yoga rolls, which I actually like got these as a printable sticker, but they come in a bunch of different colors. So I've been using them in orange. And oh yeah, I have a live stream stickers that are me as a bat. So I've been using those. That's the update there. Okay. So I've already done most of my to-dos for today, but I actually have like a fairly long to-do list for this week, and I was really blocking it out. I also started planning in my weeks this week because I've been taking this to work on days when I'm like kind of don't need to bring the big planner. I still don't have the system worked out between the two of these. So I've been kind of using these for brain dumps on the weekends just because the weeks is so small. But I never committed to using this planner. I got this because it was half price and I wanted to like see what the size is like. So I'm doing my best to not feel guilty about like not staying up to date on this guy. Therine says hello, hello, hello. It's great to see you here off the budgetober. So I guess I'll update the to-do list. I honestly want to do a work to-do list on Wednesday and just kind of separate out my work to-do list. And it's not totally weird to do it on Wednesday. If people don't know, Wednesday is my Monday. So it's the beginning of my work week. But I actually only have a 3-day work week and then 1-day work week because I'm getting Saturday off to lead a bike ride to the pumpkin patch, which hopefully won't get canceled. I was originally taking that day off because I was supposed to do this mentoring program that was going to be Monday through Friday, and I didn't want to work like 12 straight days or whatever because I wouldn't get my weekend off. So I had that to break up like continuous days, but then they ended up not needing me for the mentoring program, which I'm a little bummed about. But there was a possibility that I was gonna have jury duty and everything. So I think that was just they just like decided not to screw with it. But then I'd already like requested the day off, and then I was like, oh, I can lead this pumpkin ride that I led last year. So. Okay, let's do it. I might do it in this like tealish color that I have. Yeah, I have this Ferris Wheels Ink teal color. And it's in my fountain pen. The goal is just not to spread it. Oh, I was supposed to do this today. I was gonna post the live for next week before I stream today, and I just completely forgot. Oh well. So next week we'll be on cash stuffing, unless we break out into World War III, which I don't know, feels entirely possible at the current rate. So yeah, we'll see. I was trying to put my cute little pumpkin in there, but it's too big. Can I put my little baby pumpkin? There we go. Keep it a little themed here. Okay, so my work to-do list this week is finish calls, Adderall shortage. I'm working on a piece about the Adderall shortage. Rough cut Adderall. Follow up on protest coverage. I actually have like a heck of a lot of meetings this week. So weekend meeting. We kind of have like a weekend team now at work, which is exciting. Weekend meeting, announcer meeting. Questions. Film by bike. Record. Bike. I was going to go to Nuremberg next week, but I have a training program I'm supposed to do the following day, so I need a new vacation plan. I need to go somewhere that isn't here, or maybe stay here and clean. Maybe you can go to like somewhere, I don't know, upstate or something, somewhere with leaves. I don't know. It's very stressful these days. If you're going to suggest a world war, I'm going to take out the garbage and hope you think of a happier thought before I return from thinking on a bulk item. It's true. I said I wasn't going to talk about current events. Okay. Work to do, pumpkin email. Okay, I also have to voice track Sunday, which I don't normally do until Saturday, but I will be out Saturday. So, and okay, rough cut, auto weekend meeting, announcer meeting, questions. So, I think that's it. I think that this is gonna take probably 4 hours of reporting, and then this is gonna take 5 hours because it's pretty complicated. That's not gonna take 3 hours. Okay. Okay. There's the work to dos. I went and looked at kitties today accidentally. So, the one of the adoption, like the cat adoption agencies, they're not an agency, they're like a nonprofit. They're like a smaller nonprofit, but they rescue. That's the word I was looking for. One of the rescues my parents used to foster for, and we had all of these medications left over from Dora that weren't, like, a lot of them were unopened. I mean, it was just like a pharmacy's worth of medications. And so we asked them, my mom asked them if they would be interested in taking them. And this is my cute little ghosty washi tape I'm going to use here. And so I went to drop them off, and my mom had even checked ahead of time that the location that I was going to drop them off at wouldn't have any like adoptable kitties in it, because I was like worried that either they were going to make me sad or I would come home with a cat, and possibly both, like both at the same time. But I didn't realize that didn't mean that there wouldn't be kitties, even if there weren't like kittens that were immediately adoptable there, which they said they would not be, that they're all at a different location. I did not realize that did not mean that there wouldn't be kittens that will be adoptable soon there. They were really cute and soothing, and I wasn't like heart-wrenchingly sad the way I probably would have been like a week ago seeing kittens. Instead, I was just like, oh, kittens are cute. I will say there were two really cute ginger boys there that could very well be be adoptable at about the time Aaron and I are thinking of adopting another cat. I just tried to draw a pumpkin, and that is not a pumpkin. I made the ridges the wrong way. Well, pumpkins are gourds and they can be lumpy. It's looking, if I make it orange, it'll look pumpkin-y, right? Do I have any other meetings? So anyway, I really didn't go there to look at kittens, but I did accidentally kind of look at some kittens. I have stand up. And news team. Okay, and then Oh, I also need to email front desk about interviewee. Well, I'm not going to say this is like beautiful, but it's functional-ish. It looks like a pumpkin. I was amazed by your muscle memory. Well, thanks. I don't really think it looks that pumpkin-y, but I'll take it. Do I have like an orange? I'm looking through my this one's too bright orange, I feel like. I know I have like a subtle orange somewhere. I guess this is just gonna be like we'll just combine these two. We do the bright orange, but then with the like brown, I think it'll end up looking pumpkin-y. That's a nice part about pumpkins, is that they're gourds and that they can have a lot of different colors and shapes. But yet you only need a couple different characteristics to make people know that they are a pumpkin. I don't really know how other people like get subtle shading because I don't have that kind of artistic talent. Cool. There we go. That's a pumpkin. Do I have like oh, I do. I have this green. Although usually they're kind of more brown, but oh, this is a brownie green. That's kind of perfect. David says more garbage, but I have to assemble it. I'm curious what kind of garbage you have to assemble. That seems intense. Okay, we have the pumpkin in there. What is your strategy for deciding where to plop a doodle? Well, I'm leading a ride called Pumpkin Ride on Saturday, and it starts at 8 a.m., so I put a pumpkin doodle there. There was not more to it than that. This is not, I mean, I know it looks kind of decorated, but this planner is like, it's too much planner for me. I do not need 4 pages a week, in A5 size. And that is what I have learned about this. I thought that coming from a Hobonichi cousin, which was definitely too much planner for me, which is, a page a day. I was in an A5 Hobonichi cousin with a page a day and then the 2 pages a week. And 9 pages a week was absolutely too much for me. Even when I was using a lot of them, I don't think I was using it in like the most efficient way. And when I was using a lot of them was when I was doing a lot of studying for licensing exams. And so I was filling up a lot of pages just because they were like free pieces of paper. But I do a lot of to-do lists. So when I got this, I was thinking, okay, well, I've got these wide columns because just the Hobonichi cousin columns are too narrow for my handwriting and the amount of lists that I make. But I have not only like changed jobs since I originally got this planner because I started my current job in March, which also has like an unusual schedule compared to how a lot of planners are set up because I work Wednesday through Sunday. So it's too much planner for me. So I can put in as much as I want, but this is mainly my functional planner, except the monthly pages, which are kind of where I have fun. But even though there's a lot of stickers on here, all these stickers are me tracking things. So I don't know. Is it time to set up November? It feels a bit early to do that, but I haven't bought my tickets for the trip I'm going on in November, so I feel like I probably actually shouldn't set this up yet until I know when I'm flying out. Anyway, and then part of the reason that this planner is too much for me is I started adding things to my planner system this year, like a little hoarder. So I'm using this for memory keeping, which I would describe a bit is like a bit strong, but it's kind of like my catch-all for putting in. Oh, by the way, I need to figure out a better way to attach this little Swan Lake bit because I like want this in here, but I need it to like flip down because it's a little too big. And I tried to attach it with some washi tape and to flip it in, and it didn't work. So I think I need to make like a stiff construction thing to make it flip down. Anyway, I'm using this vaguely for memory keeping, and I have been doing that since July, which was my birthday. So now, like, there's no reason to put this kind of stuff into here, which is great because it means that this planner doesn't get bulked up. And then I also use this 5-year journal, which I think is probably more accurately kind of my memory keeping. And it's like, it also helps when I need to catch up in that traveler's notebook because I don't stay on top of that traveler's notebook because I'm trying to put like pictures and ephemera and like kind of bulky stuff in it, but I don't like writing too much in it because then it kind of adds to the 5-year journal, which anyway, I may have too many things going on is the answer. And that's part of the reason that I don't have as much in here because before July, I do think I was maybe putting a little bit more. No, it's really quite, well, that was when I was traveling, but anyway. So this is what I've been using the weeks for right now. I'll kind of show you like some of the ways that I think. So I have 2 planners that I'm considering for 2024, which I know is a bit over the top, but as discussed, there's been pre-orders months ago, and also planner people like to plan as part of our hobby. So the weeks, because I've only had this for like a month or 2, and I was never committing to this as a planner system. I wanted to try it out. I like the size of the weeks, and I actually think it works very good for like a portable everyday planner. So I'm hoping, she still hasn't released the pre-orders, and it's making me a little nervous. But I am hoping to get the Paper Test Designs Weeks, which is like the Weeks, but has essentially like a layout that's similar to this page layout, which I did as like a sample. And I think it's actually going to work like quite well. And then it'll just be kind of this weekly list that I end up making every week will just sort of live in here. And then I will use the back pages for kind of like collections is what bullet journals call them. Bullet journalists call them. But I haven't 100% figured that out. I tried doing like my skating log, but the problem was I was trying to do like how many hours a week I do. And all of the weeks a year, I got tired of doing it. And I kind of did it in too big of a pen type. And also 52 weeks does not fit across the bottom. So anyway, I'm sure that 52 weeks must fit somewhere in the weeks Hobonichi. But I didn't plan ahead when it came to that. So this is one of the things that I've been consistently using, has been, as someone who is very lazy and loves a good pre-filled template, I have been using this. Hold on. Why is it not appearing? There we go. This My 100, which is supposed to be 100 entries for like things, movies you want to watch or things you want to accomplish or shops you want to visit, whatever it is, and check it off. But I've actually just been using it to keep track of how many hours of yoga I do, which is very silly because I am triplicate keeping, maybe even 4 times keeping track of it. As people might know, I shelled out for a yoga membership. And because of that, I really want to make sure that it keeps being worth my while. That I feel like the marginal cost per hour is good. So I track the number of hours of yoga I do in this little app that will like give me a running total and show me how many hours per month. But then I've also been writing down just every time I go to yoga and then checking it off at the same time. But it's nice because I feel like it might actually be achievable to hit like 100 hours before the end of the year. It's going to be close though. I think 100 hours might actually be a little hard, but just with work schedules and everything. But it is kind of fun to see this fill up. And then that's one place I'm keeping track of it. And then the other place I'm keeping track of it is I have these little yoga mats that I'm putting on every time I go to yoga on here. It is too many places to keep track of it in, but it does give me a bit of a thrill where I get to feel like every time I get off my butt and go to yoga, I get to write it down in 3 different places, which is kind of fun. I do feel like I need to do like a little bit of a plan. So this was my 2023 plan for the rest of the year. And this is, I actually think this was like my full year thing, some of which stopped being useful or like things that kind of made sense for my goals, but it might actually make sense to, oh yeah, citizenship I can cross off now. I got that now. Definitely not doing that. Can't do that anymore. Can't do that anymore. The nib is gone. We did all of the fancy Mondays. Pumpkin Ride is coming. Did Beyond B. We'll see how many hours I skate. I have already saved 23% of my income. Have I made $60,000 yet? Hold on. I have a little tracker. If I've made $60,000 for the year. Let's find out. I told you there'd be some budget in here. No, I'm not quite at $60,000 for the year yet. So I can't do that one in yet. And then this is like the whole house is not done yet. Bike move is done. We've moved house. I did a closet clean out. Look at this. We're doing okay. I am not going to Prague because of my new job, newish job. There we go. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I don't need to do an analysis. I'm doing okay-ish. This is, I am not going to do that. That is not going to, I am not going to accomplish that. And I'm not allowed to accomplish these things. And we are definitely not going to hit 40 episodes of the House Files, but we are going to hit like a fair amount. I think we're on episode, what are we on? Okay, let's see. What? Oh, and there's a new one I need to post. We're at episode 23. So there, we could hit 40, but we probably won't hit 40. But we're going to hit close. Helps when someone else is editing it. All right. Well, this is very chill, but we've been doing this for half an hour, so I guess it's time for a donut. Because this is Talking Dough and Eating Donuts, and we pretend to talk about economics, but really, technically, I think we might be a planner channel, and we also eat at donuts. Oh, Sarah Belly asked a really good question. I'll answer after we eat the donut, which was, I think I missed something. The 2 planners you were thinking of are paper test designs, and what was the other one? Good question. I have already pre-ordered the Sterling Ink A5 Compact Weekly. However, I have not gotten mine yet because mine was like put in on the day, like the last day of orders. And because of that, it's going to be in the last batch because of some technical thing. So, we'll see. Okay, here's the 2 donuts, you all. And I also I'm not positive that it's actually the planner for me, but I have it on pre-order. So we'll see if I decide on it. Okay, so here is the two donuts. This one is a peanut butter cup with a chocolate cake donut base, and this one is an old-fashioned donut with pumpkin de leche topping. So let's try this one. Let's see. Oh my god, it's total spiced pumpkin on the inside. Well, that's good. This is really good. It's like an excellent spiced bread. It's not super sweet. The top adds a little bit of sweetness to it, but generally it's kind of like you're eating a pumpkin bread. This one is like if coffee cake and pumpkin bread had a baby. It's so good. David says, in December, can you have a special episode? Talking dough and eating sufganiyot. I have done that a couple times, so I plan on doing it again. I've been house files deprived and need to live vicariously through other people. I'm sorry, I need to post that one. Aaron actually finished it like 2 weeks ago, and I just haven't made the thumbnail and posted it yet. Alana says, I have the Sterling Ink Standard Compact, and I love it. I got the Sterling Ink Common Planner last year when it first came out, but I gave it away on this channel because I got the take a note after I'd already pre-ordered it. So I figured it was a good giveaway. Okay. Should we eat the other one? I think we should eat the other one, you all. Okay. So this one is a peanut butter cup one, and it has homemade peanut butter cup on the top. It's all vegan too. This is a peanut butter frosting, and then it's a chocolate cake donut on the bottom. Here's what I'll say about this. It might not be a fair assessment because I don't like chocolate that much, but we're going to give it our best shot. I'm going to try to evaluate it. I do seem to like the chocolate cake better. Oh, we have to give a review of the other pumpkin donut. What is this show anyway? How did I forget that I have to rate this darn donut? This one, 4 out of 5. It's better than last week's. I had like really high expectations. I don't know if it entirely met those expectations, but it's really good. It's just not like the best. Okay. Let's go for it. Okay. Y'all. I don't like chocolate, but one of the ways that I can tolerate chocolate more is if another flavor is paired with it, and peanut butter is one of the flavors that like kind of cuts it down for me. And this I think this is more exciting than that pumpkin donut. It's really good. It's a very good balancing of flavors. Like, an exceptional balance of flavors. I have to make sure I get some of the top. It's going to be too much chocolate for me to finish. But I'm sure I'll finish it at like some random 6 p.m. when I get home from work tomorrow. Okay. The top of this tastes like Buckeyes. And if you haven't had Buckeyes, I don't know what to tell you. They're a delicacy of the Ohio region of the United States of America. Very exotic. Buckeyes are very good. I'm sure that they have other names in other places, but the only thing I know them by is Buckeyes. And this tastes like Buckeyes, which is essentially a homemade round kind of peanut butter cup. It's confectioner's sugar mixed with peanut butter and rolled into balls and then dipped in chocolate and then set in the fridge. And that's what this tastes like, which is, I like Buckeyes. Okay. This is, I think Eric is right. This hits a 5 because I was going to give it a 4.5 out of 5, but I think that's only due to my own bias of not liking chocolate. So I think the peanut butter cup one is a 5 out of 5. If you like chocolate and like peanut butter combo, then I think it would definitely be a 5 out of 5. I think it's an exceptionally well balanced like mix of textures and flavors. And even as a non-chocolate fan, I can handle that. It has been pointed out to me that we need to update the donut log. So we will do that now. I did add in last week's donut because we forgot to do it last week or something. I think I was just too sad with the cat to do it. So I did last week's already. So let's do this week's. Gotta have the right camera though. Okay. This is a good donut day for sure. A 4 and a 5. Yeah. Yeah, you can go get a Buckeye on the banks of the Ohio River. I'm still brainstorming a dough and Sufganiyat opening sequence, maybe with a nice klezmer theme. Honestly, we've got some time. Hanukkah is like quite far away, so I think, I mean, it'll sneak up before we know it. But I'm on board with this. I think that would be fun. I also feel like Aaron would. I feel like Aaron would make one for me. We could probably just do like the same opening sequence situation, but with like, we'll just change it and then we'll, yeah, I think we could do this. My Hebrew is definitely not good enough to be able to do it in Hebrew. I could probably sing it in Yiddish because I can pronounce Yiddish because it's German. So I feel like we do that. Sometimes I like to watch commercials in Yiddish. There's someone here on YouTube, your Brooklyn tour guide, who will repost commercials that are particularly aimed at the Orthodox Jewish community in Brooklyn, and I really enjoy listening to the Yiddish in the commercials and seeing how much I can get. And then they'll throw some Hebrew in there, and I'm like, oh, if it's not Baruch Adonai, I don't know what it is. Okay. Okay, it's the 17th. I should have not done this with this pen, but it's too late now. So now we have to wait for that to dry. Oops. Okay, what is the topic of today's live stream? It was just a plan with me. Oh, wow. That did not, we need to get another pen because that one is not fighting the other ones. I will say the paper in this Hobonichi Weeks is, I don't like it as much as the one in the Take a Note. Okay. Now, I'm going to put them here for reference. Okay, so the old fashions always have like this square around the donut, and this one is pumpkin dolce e leche. The reason I brought up the Yiddish commercials is because they often have jingles in them, and I can usually understand it because it's like German to my ear that does not know Yiddish. Yiddish sounds like German with a Brooklyn accent is the description that I would give of it. But I don't know if I told folks on the live stream this, but I was watching something the other day on Netflix that was like it was doing that autoplay preview thing. And they were speaking German, but I like couldn't really understand them. And I was like, man, why can't I understand like their accents? I don't I was getting words, but I was only getting like every like third word or something like that. And they all kind of had a weird accent. And I was like, why don't I understand this? And it was a historical drama. So I was like, are they speaking like old German or something? And that's like why I'm not getting it. And then I realized it was a Danish show. And they were speaking Danish. And that's why it sounded to me like German with a weird accent. Okay. Old fashioned. And this one was a 4 out of 5. I feel like I should put maybe like a little more orange into this one since it was sort of orange on the inside. And, you know, nobody said these are photorealistic. There we go. Now it's got a little bit of orange. And then the other one I had is the peanut butter cup, which was like a small round one. And then it's got a ton of pieces on the top. And it is brown and cream and kind of this peanut buttery color. Oh yeah, that's like a pretty perfect peanut butter color, especially if I add some brown in there. Okay. I feel okay about that. I need to take like a donut drawing class. It's like specifically about how to draw food, but without having to buy any more art supplies because it seems silly to buy art supplies just for drawing donuts, but what was this one called? What is the technical name? I think it was it was just peanut butter cup. Okay. And this one was 5 out of 5. There we go. I did the donut log, y'all. I still haven't filled them in from Seattle, but now like it bleeds through so much through the page. I know I need to do it, but So there we go. Adding to my donut log. I think you're doing a good job differentiating the donuts. They're all unique looking at that tiny scale. Thanks. Yeah, that was the thing I was running into when I was drawing them into my planner. It was even harder when they were really tiny, when they were like fitting into the calendar. I just really struggled with getting them in there. I guess I stopped doing it even this year. I was doing it last year. But they just like never quite looked right. So at least I have a little more space in here to kind of differentiate them. It would help if I had like more. I honestly think like if I got like a skin tone color one, then it would maybe work a little better. Or if I like knew how to blend or shade, that would probably help as well. Drawing donuts is probably healthier than eating them. My grandparents both spoke Yiddish, so I got used to it. Are you still able to speak it? Can you speak it or can you just understand it, David? I'm very curious. You also don't have to answer if you don't want to answer, but I'm really curious. And also, how is your understanding of German? Because I'm assuming you're exposed to some German in work. It's really interesting to me. They're obviously like, they're not mutually intelligible languages, but I can get like a pretty good grasp of what's being said. I think the mutual intelligibility between Yiddish, obviously spoken, not that most people write Yiddish, but I think the mutual intelligibility between Yiddish and German, High German, is like similar to Portuguese and Spanish. Actually, there's like a rating system for this. I don't know, let's find out. Yiddish to German mutual intelligibility. What percentage? Don't they have a percentage? Okay, I'm not getting a good simple answer. I thought that it would be, you know how the U.S. State Department, which is not nobody's favorite right now, but that the U.S. State Department has like the ratings about like how long it'll take to learn a language for a U.S. diplomat for like the hardness rating and stuff like that. They also have like a mutual intelligibility rating, but I guess probably because Yiddish is not it's not a state language, so to speak. I guess they don't have it, so I didn't see that. I organized a Yiddish class in college, but the teacher didn't show up, so we didn't pay him, but proved to the school. No German at work, but I can understand some German because I understand a little Yiddish. Only a little interpretation, but I have a good song repertoire. Okay, well, I expect you to use your Yiddish skills and your knowledge of the talking dough and eating donuts theme to please compose us a little diddle about soup Kenyan. It's a great idea. I think that would bring me like a great deal of joy. Probably some other folks. That's cool. I know like 2 Yiddish songs maybe. Oh, Tugboat is doing my marketing work for me. Thank you. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. If you give me a script, I have a friend who used to teach Yiddish. Well, the current script is just talking dough and eating donuts. He is also a singer. I tried to get him to do a cover of the classic Yiddish song Levine mit Zahn Flying Machine, a tribute to the first transatlantic air passenger. I don't think I know this classic Yiddish song, but now I'm going to look it up. I'm not a musician, though. I mean, okay, Aaron is actually a musician, but knows no Yiddish, so... I tried to get a friend of mine who was a folk musician to help you write a folk song about Red Levine, the Orthodox Jewish hitman who wouldn't kill on Shabbat. That's amazing. I want a musical about Red Levine, the Orthodox Jewish hitman who wouldn't kill on Shabbat. That sounds amazing. That's the makings of a musical right there. So for Aaron's 40th birthday, which is coming up but not imminent, we were saying that one of the, so a while ago, it wasn't really a meme, but like a thing was going around telling people that work in tech, this is before all the tech layoffs, like that they too could become patrons of the arts, and like they might not realize it, but like if they make lots of money in tech, they can commission like an opera or a ballet or a musical, because people who work in the arts are cheap. and that like they probably know like creative people that would be happy to get paid like money to stage your little like whatever the thing is. And we were saying for Aaron's 40th birthday, it would be very cool to commission a musical. I don't think he would want it about the Orthodox Jewish hitman, but honestly, that sounds like an award-winning topic. I thought it would be a hit. Haha. Yes. Good noting there. Oh, Levine rhymes with machine. By the way, Levine, not Levine. Charles A. Levine was the first, or Charles A. Levine was the first transatlantic passenger. I know how to pronounce Levine. Although I see it spelled both ways, but this week. Anyway, we're not going to talk about work. I was going to mention how much I've been talking to people with that name, but we are going to move on and not talk about work. As a cheap creative, yes. See, but don't you think that this would be a fabulous musical? Okay. What a weird topic to end on, but frankly, I'll take it. I don't know if we need to do any more planning. So this was the planning. These were the donuts. I'm probably going to eat them again later, possibly in like a couple hours. Specifically in the case of this Levine, there are others who pronounce it the other way. Okay. This is part of my job. Writing pronouncers. I had to write an awful lot of pronouncers this week for certain. Okay, moving on. Sorry, I'm really trying to block out work right now because the world is really stressful. Look at my cute cat washi tape, my little budgetober cats. Oh, I did want to make 2 housekeeping announcements generally. So, Patreon has now made it so that I can push out notifications to people that are not paid patrons. So, I'm gonna try this out. So you don't have to chip in. You can follow me now on Patreon, which you can go to by going to ohmydollar.com/support. And you don't have to shell out any money. And you won't get all the perks like the stickers and stuff like that, but I'm going to test out delivering live stream announcements through this mechanism. So it's just a test, but we'll do it for a couple weeks. They just added this capability. I didn't want to do an Instagram broadcast because I just felt like I feel like that program is like doomed to fail. Instagram has these like broadcast channels now, and I was like, this is doomed to fail. So instead, we're going to try it through Patreon, see if it works, because I always send out like announcements about the live streams on Patreon. And so I will do at least one like pre-one there, which is because YouTube is very, very bad at telling people that I'm going live, and Twitter is a cesspool. For my own mental health, I've completely stepped away from X. And a lot of the other platforms just don't have high enough adoption, and like I don't have enough Blue Sky invite codes to give out to everybody. I don't particularly like being on it. Threads doesn't have a desktop. It like all sorts of reasons why we're just gonna give it a try out because I'm already using Patreon. And I think you can select or not select to get emails. So this is a mechanism we can try to use. Other than that, other housekeeping thing is to remind you that it is Budgetober. you could still join. You could still join. I probably will send you stickers even if you join a little late. So if you haven't joined yet, join. If you thought that you were going to do it, but you haven't checked in for one of the weeks yet, that's okay. Just come back into the fold. Come back and check in. So I love the join for free button. We'll see if it works. We'll see if it works. I don't really know what's going on. I need to update my budgetober. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, I am behind. I have not done last week's check-in yet. So those are the housekeeping updates. I do need to put on my budgetober post that I bought this felted wool pumpkin. I was like, this is seasonal decor. I'll be able to use it over and over again. But it was just because it was sitting in a pile at the grocery store. And I was like, I saw it the past 2 weeks when I was at the grocery store and I resisted and I had no willpower left today and I bought it and now it lives in the background. But it's really cute though, right? Right? I will get, I'm sure, a lot of use out of it. So considering that it's only October 17th and I'm fully dressed in Halloween attire, I do get a lot of wear out of it. Oh, really? Yay, I checked in first week and then forgot. Thanks. Check in. We're only on the second week check-in anyway, so you're really just like a day late. And I also haven't checked in yet, so. I do have a new computer now, so I will be able to start making my monthly charts again. I did most of September, but then I was traveling for the last 2 days of September, and then terrible things happened, and I have not posted it yet, but it's like most of the way done. Anyway, the point is I have a new computer that now can like handle having Excel and Photoshop open at the same time, which was beyond my old computer's capabilities. And because of that, I am going to be able to actually have I'm going to be able to actually like have it I think up relatively soon. So yeah, because I now can make them. I still will not pay for Excel though, and I've been using Excel for years, and I'm trying to use numbers right now, but I'm so used to using Excel, but I was using like a version of it where I couldn't save anything, so I could only screenshot because I didn't have like a current license. So I could like update the file, but I couldn't save it. Anyway, it's really silly. Adding patches to the pumpkin would make it a good heirloom piece. Oh. Question. Should I add a Croatia patch? I have this Croatia patch that I bought at Croatia Fest. It's really hard to find Croatian themed items, especially in America, just because it's not very big population. I got this, but I don't have anywhere to put it because I don't really put patches on stuff anymore. I used to like have like a vest that I would cover in patches, but all right. I don't even do Halloween particularly, but that is cute. Well, thank you. It's good seasonal gourd. Someday I long to be one of those people that like decorates their house for holidays, but I celebrate so few holidays that, it's really just going to be Halloween that I go all out for. So. All right. Thank you all for coming and joining. We've been streaming for over an hour, and I honestly didn't think I was barely making it to stream this morning, regardless. If you have any thoughts about what planner I should use for 2024, put them down below. Sterling Ink A5. I was thinking the Sterling Ink B6 might actually be better, and I was going to see if someone wanted to trade for the A5 for me, because maybe I should have gotten the B6. Or should I get the Paper Test Designs if they actually release the pre-order? Or should I give it all up and order a take a note planner again in a smaller size or something like that? I don't know. Any thoughts? I am excited to hear all of your wonderful thoughts, all of you smart folks. And until next time, stay safe, stay hydrated, pet a cat if you have one available, and I will see you all soon. Bye.